YouTube. What up, YouTube? I got a free like what is it? It's 9/11. So I decided since I ain't doing nothing at the moment, I already did my schoolwork for the month, and I'm about to be on spring break anyway. Why not get on my YouTube grind and do videos just speaking on some stuff? Now, throughout my career on YouTube, the 6, 7, 8 years I've been on here, majority of my videos speak on how I feel about the ignorance of people when it comes to anti-gay bullying, homophobic people. I'm gonna just put it like that: homophobic ass people, transphobic ass people, people that hate people in the LGBTQ community. Like, are we really still dealing with this in 2020 motherfucking five? As if racism, all the shit that's happening with the politics and the presidents and all that other shit ain't enough. It gets on my nerves, and I'm sick and tired of repeating myself. But sometimes you gotta let these motherfuckers know that you ain't the one or two to be fucking played with. Especially if you someone that openly identifies as being part of the LGBTQ community. Even if I decided, fuck it, I'm sick of this community, I want to do something different, I want to be straight. Ignorance is ignorance, and it need to be spoke on. So, first things first. So, first things first. What was I about to say? Oh yeah. So I follow gay magazine GAYE like Marvin Gaye, but they meant like the sexual preference. They just spell it with an E. I follow gay magazine on Instagram. And y'all know that I won a Kid Ken. I was one of the winners of a Kid Ken giveaway. I won the vinyl or vinyl. What is it called? Is it vinyl or vinyl? I think it's vinyl. Whatever it's called. Y'all know I be pronouncing shit wrong. So I won a little record, some Kid Ken songs, and I won this Kid Ken doll where if you put it under hot water, the hair is supposed to change colors or something like that. And I fuck with Kid Ken, like his music. I follow him on Twitter, Instagram, and shit like that. I never got a chance to talk face to face because I didn't want to be on camera. But he cool Pete's, and I love his music. He part of the community. He from Chi Town. Anywho, other than that, y'all know I believe I did the video on here talk about the guy who had a Muslim father. He a gay feminine boy, and him and his father didn't have the best relationship, and his father eventually decided to take him out for prom or some school dance or whatever he was doing. And they both was wearing purple. They both look nice. Me personally, I other than showing love and supporting Gay Magazine and uh I could relate to being part of the LGBT community and not having a father figure who supported it because my biological father and my stepfather didn't support it at all. And I done told y'all plenty of stories like, yeah, my stepdad, who I like my dad, um, he wasn't supportive at all. I'm just putting it like that. We didn't have no real conversations about it or nothing. I don't believe he was supportive because in many instances I don't even speak on. But the sad thing about it is I have gay cousins, I have gay uncles, but when it comes to me, I have my full proof that he didn't support, and I don't think I ever opened up saying, yeah, I'm gay, I like men or anything like that. Because once I get those vibes that you're homophobic or you don't support or you don't condone or agree with it, I feel like I'm gonna keep my personal shit to myself. And then him catching me doing certain stuff online and his reaction to it, I'm like, it's to a point where the only gay people I could talk to was my gay cousins and my gay uncles. Other than that, I don't think I really had no gay friends or nothing. That's beside the point. So anyway, so let's just say I didn't really have no father figures that supported it. So I kept my preference to myself, unless you were female. So with that being said, even with my biological father, I stopped reaching out to him after I seen some of the shit that he posted on his Facebook page. I'm like, we're not friends or nothing, but I used to look at, like, once I found out a lot more about that side from other word of mouth. I end up looking at his Facebook page every now and then, but it got to the point where he was posting stuff that I didn't agree with and I didn't condone. So I said, fuck him and the life he lives. Um, yeah, my dad was in my life, of course, unless him and my mom was separated. He went his way and she went hers. But due to the fact my biological father wasn't in my life, I felt like I didn't need no damn daddy. As long as I had my uncles and my great grandfather, I didn't give a shit about no damn daddy. I had my mama, and that's all I needed. And this is not to say that I hated my stepdad or anything like that, because like I said, I love my dad. He was in my life when he was, but our relationship wasn't well. Our relationship as stepson and stepfather wasn't always the best. I'm not going to dig deep and go into detail, but like I said, I didn't have no father figure role that supported me being who I am. So that's why I didn't lie. I just never admit it because I feel like that's my business, and if I'm not dating you, I'm gonna keep it to myself unless I feel comfortable with sharing it. And one incident I will say is I believe it's either my aunt snitched on me, one of my aunts on his side, or my cousins, who I had as Facebook friends. The first time, well, other than him getting on my case about stuff I was doing on the internet and then not allow me to use the computer or have my own tablet or computers. The one thing I will admit is, well, I will put out is, I like I said, I believe probably my aunt or my cousin snitched on me, and this was some years ago. So one time, many situations happened, but I was back on Facebook or whatever the case may be, and no, I'm gonna admit to two situations that happened. The first time, my brother's baby mom ran her mouth and mixed up my words, cause she made it seem like that I was saying that my dad was abusing me and picking on me and stuff like that, but I wasn't even referring to him. And she was all in my business, reading posts I was making, and the post wasn't even about me. Nor were they about my household, anyone in my household. I used to put out stories and let people assume I'm a writer, duh. So she mixed up my words, ended up telling my brother, had him pissed the hell off. So I mean, we cool now. I seen her at my aunt's funeral and rode in the car with her because I was outside. Cause I rode to, well, anyway, that's a whole nother story. But anyway, the second time, and I remember telling y'all, I think it was y'all or probably you now, about how I hated when we used to always get in trouble for something, and my dad ran his mouth to everybody, and then every time we went to my aunt house, they'd be bragging about who got in trouble and what they got in trouble for. So, like I said, I think my dad, no, I think my aunt on my dad's side or one of my cousins snitched on me because they seen a post about something about one the boyfriend, and I was back on Facebook. I pretty much was doing my thing, had my own laptop or tablet or something. I don't remember everything, but he calls me into the room. Now I'm thinking maybe he wanted me to do a favor for him or he wanted me to get something or I don't know. So I didn't walk in the room as if I was in trouble for something. I just thought that maybe he has called me to get something or ask me a question or something. Next thing you know, when he blurted out what it was, I told him that it was a lie and I didn't post nothing like that. But I already knew it had to be my aunt or it had to be one of my cousins that I had as my Facebook friend at the time. And the crazy thing about it is I was grown around that time. I'm like probably like 18, 19. I wasn't fully grown, but I was grown enough to start making some of my own decisions. And one of them being my sexual preference. So I got pissed the fuck off because I'm like, there's plenty of times where I was on Facebook or something and motherfuckers were telling my business. They talk about some old Damien on Facebook posting pictures cupping his chest like he got boobs or he half naked. I had uncle snitching, aunt snitching, cousin snitching. I'm like, why are y'all grown ass men, women or whoever, stalking my page, snitching about every nook and cranny y'all do? I am grown as fuck. And if you don't like what I post, don't add me. I won't give a fuck. I swear they use like every other day I was getting in trouble for something. I'm like, why am I getting in trouble? I am damn near grown. I'm drinking now. I started blacking miles and shit. I'm going to clubs. Hell, I near went to strip parties. I'm doing a lot of things that proves that I'm getting of age and still getting in trouble for some damn pictures of myself. I'm not fully naked, and I was pretty much mimicking some damn pictures that I've seen of Lil Kim and people. Cause I know I had some pervert. So yeah, I'ma cover my damn. I mean, yes, I got no shirt on because I'm high. But yeah, I did it. I took some damn picture, kind of like how Lil Kim was on the Notorious Kim album cover. I swear they used to snitch about everything, and it's like every other day I was getting caught because people don't know how to mind their own business. Um, it just got to a point where like it just got to the point where I didn't care no more. I could like it got to the point where everything was so strict I couldn't do shit. So I just as I got older and I left out of high school, or like even before I left out of high school, after like once I turned what I say about like maybe 19, 20, I was doing what the fuck I wanted to do. I had weave in my hair. I was wearing wigs. And yeah, my dad used to stop me because he knew I was into hair and I wanted to be a cosmetologist. But when it came to doing my own hair and putting weave in my hair, wearing wigs, he wasn't having that. But I felt like I was out of high school, so I could do whatever the hell I want. I started braiding hair on my dreads, trying to make my hair look longer. I started dyeing my hair, doing all types of crazy shit. And then when Halloween came around, I go to the store and go to the store and dress myself up. And my sister and them was the one that snitched on me one time, but I was grown, so I didn't really get in trouble. I don't know what was the point, and I wasn't even home. She was at the house because she was on house arrest, and my cousin Jawan on my dad's side, he also was on house arrest at the time. And she had her own apartment with her baby daddy and kids. But anywho, that's a whole nother story. So I used to go over to the apartment when I didn't want to be home. So it was like around October. I had a couple of dollars. I then went to Rite Aid and got some face paint and got me a little $5, $10 Halloween costume wig. And I was bored. I wasn't going trick or treating, so I'm in the whole apartment by myself. I'm just playing around like I always did. And I posted the pictures on Facebook. So of course she was my Facebook friend, and I probably had some other people as my Facebook friends, so they couldn't wait. That's why you don't trust people, because I'm like, why? At the end of the day, he's not my Facebook friend, so why are y'all showing him anything on my Facebook friend? I mean, on my Facebook. If I wanted him to see it, I would have added him as a friend, referring to my dad. So by the time I come home, they kikiing and laughing, talking about the damn pictures I post, and I'm like, I don't see what the fuck is so funny. It's just a damn Halloween picture. And they're gonna talk some. He thought that I cut my hair and put weave in my hair. My dress was tucked under the wig. It was a Halloween damn wig. I put it in a ponytail and I painted my face and I dressed like a damn rock star. That's all it was. And once I was done, I wiped the paint off my face and snatched the wig off and threw the wig in the trash. It was just something for Halloween. But that's what they used to do. I think, don't get me wrong, I dealt with homophobia in majority of the schools I went to, majority of the neighborhoods I went to. But once I started living on Belly Street, that was the worst. Southwest has moments. I was a baby living in West Philly, so I don't really remember West Philly. I mean, other than once I lived there with my aunt, but I was a baby living in West Philly. But Southwest, I mean, yeah, I had people that tried to test me. Darby, I had bullies in Darby, but I don't remember anybody picking on me because of my sexual preference in Darby. It was for other reasons. I mean, yeah, in school, but other than that, living in Darby, I really don't remember anybody coming at my sexual preference. If they did, I don't remember because it was like I had gay friends out in Darby and everything. I like females, of course, but males, no. Females was always talking shit because I was always hanging around my sister and her friends or hanging around my cousins, and then I had a few female friends on the block. So yeah, the females they always had something to say, but when it come to men, I don't really remember anybody picking on me because of my preference, other than people in school. Um, and then there was this one boy that I went to school with. He used to always walk down the block, and he started picking on me at first, but then after a while, we became cool out of nowhere. I guess he got the memo. You don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, you walk down my block every morning. You thought I was solo dolo, and I ain't had no siblings. So he got confronted, and once I started going back to school, I don't know how we became cool, but he used to always try to compliment me, talk about somebody had night jackets and stuff. So I was like, yeah, I bet you'll keep your damn mouth shut. Um, but yeah, once I got to North Philly, living on Belly Street, I dealt with it for years. I didn't really get along with nobody, not really nobody on that block. And everybody, once my cousins and my sister and older brother and them used to come around, everybody like, oh, we try to speak to Damien. We try to get him to participate in activities. He antisocial. He look at us like we crazy. He don't talk. No. What y'all do is y'all talk shit about me and y'all try to test me. Then when my family come around, now everybody want to act like they want to be my friend and they just joking around and playing around. No, keep that same damn energy. And then y'all wonder why I don't fuck with nobody. As I got older, I mean, like I told y'all, I had my moments, but I was cool with Martia, who lived next door, and Jermaine. Jermaine mostly was my brother's friend, cause my mom and my aunts and some of my aunts they got along with Miss Arlene and Miss Bernice. May they both rest in peace. And then eventually, like we was always around each other, so we started pretty much seeing each other and treating each other like family. I call I eventually started calling Miss Bernice mom because in ways like out of respect, my mom was calling her mom, and then I just started doing it because after a while she kind of reminded me of my great grandma. And I just felt comfortable enough with calling her mom. I mean, yeah, I still called her Miss Bernice from time to time, but no, I started calling her mom after a while. Um, yeah, I was pretty much eventually started seeing Jermaine like a cousin, and yeah, his girlfriend Martia was my best friend. Like I said, she had her moments where she pissed me off and did stuff that rubbed me the wrong way, but I was still cool with them both. We don't talk as much as we used to, but I still got Martia on Instagram. Um, but yeah, Belly Street was the worst, and any block Belly Street, anywhere around that area, it was the worst. I rarely got along with anybody. I pretty much got along with most of, not, I can't say most. I got along with like a few adults here and there more than anybody some years older than me, around the same age as me, and younger than me. I was always getting into it with somebody, always arguing with somebody, and I damn near got in a few fights. Um, the main two instigators was these two brothers named Ak and Chris. I believe I believe Chris probably was the oldest and Ak was the youngest. But they were two brothers. They used to get the hell on my nerves and pick on every majority of everybody in the neighborhood. And it just got to the point where I didn't like them or anybody that associated with them. None of their family, nothing. Like everybody like family wise that came on that block, they didn't live on the block. They lived on the other block. But they was cool with people on the block, so y'all know how that go. Um but yeah, out of all people I think I had to deal with, it was these two brothers, Ak and Chris, then eventually became Dave's sister in law Cherie, and they brother Xavier, and Cherie and Xavier badass kids. Then there was this one boy named Josh. I think he was gay though. He probably picked on me because I think he had a crush on me or something, and tried to play it off like he is interested in girls. So I'm gonna tell y'all how things originally went. In the beginning, he was cool. I see him around. He'll see me around, and somebody from another block, like in the back of our house, we had an alleyway, and somebody had a basketball court out there. So in the back of our house, in the alleyway, majority of the older boys in the neighborhood, and some of the boys around my age or younger than me, everybody be all in the back of the alleyway playing basketball on the basketball court, which was right in the back of my house. As soon as I walk out the door, I'm in the basement. The basketball court is right there. Or I can look out the window and I see a group of guys and everybody in the alleyway all day and night playing basketball. So, I mean, we didn't really have no conversations or nothing like that, but like I said, he gave off cool vibes in the beginning. The first time we ever even spoke or anything, my dad, he used to make us walk, like we used to have to go down the basement to take the trash out because the trash cans was in the backyard in the back of the house in front of the garage. We had to walk all the way around to the alleyway, or no, go through the basement and go in the alleyway, drag the trash bags all the way through the alleyway and all the way around to our block and all the way to the front of our house and put them on the curb. So damn irritating. But anyway, so one night, him and some other boy that lived on the other block named Petey, who eventually years later, my sister was taking care of his foster mom. Um, they was out there playing basketball together, and smart ass Petey, who I had incidents with before, then end up hitting me with the basketball, not watching where he is going. And respectfully, Josh was like, yo, watch out, you hit him. Or something like that. And he's like, my bad. He said something. I didn't really get what he called me, but he said my bad. And I was like, it's cool. I said it's cool. He just mad because he smelled like shit and bleach. But anyway, so anyway, I continued doing what I was doing. And that was probably like the only time that we ever really had any conversations, like a short conversation. It would just be us being in the neighborhood, and I see him, he might see me, and that was it. After a while, he started acting like an asshole. Every time I see him, he's talking shit, acting like the other boys in the neighborhood. Every time I see him, he's talking shit, picking on me, saying slick shit. And it just got to the point where I would curse him out every now and then. But then I started telling my mom, when my older brother came around for like family events, cookouts and shit, I started telling him and telling my cousin, like, that motherfucker, like, somebody need to punch him in his shit because he keep bothering me. Like, every time I come outside, he got something to say. But then eventually, as the years went on and I was off the block, on the block, off the block, on the block, I'm like, that nigga a fruitcake. He probably picking on me because he like me. Because it's even to the point where people that usually pick on me, they see me sometimes and they won't ever say shit to me or even look my way. But every time this nigga could lay eyes on me, he always has something slick to say. And I'm like, leave me the fuck alone. So one time, we was living on a whole nother belly street. And of course, we was still cool with Miss Bernice and Miss Arlene, and my brothers was cool with Jermaine. I eventually started becoming cool with him and seeing him like family. So we'd still be on the original Belly Street, although we lived on the second Belly Street. I don't know what the situation was or why we was even on the second Belly Street. I don't know. Anywho, so it was getting late, and after we done been on the block, the original block for a while, we'd go back around to the other Belly Street where we lived at, and my brothers and them, there's on other blocks with their friends playing basketball, football, whatever. So my mom, so since I was always on the block, my mom told me to go get them. I walk through the alleyway, and who do I see? Josh, sitting on the side of his. First of all, that's matter of fact, that's a whole nother story. I was about to say something, but no, I ain't never going like that's a whole nother story. So he's sitting on the side of where he was living at the time. N- Um, And he just kept saying slick shit. Then I'm looking around, walking through alleyways, trying to figure out where everybody at, cause I don't see nobody. This nigga following me, still talking shit. And I'm like, leave me alone. Why every time I see you, you got something to say? Leave me the fuck alone, because the next time you see me, I'm not going to be alone, and you're going to get your shit laid. And I already heard you got your ass whooped in front of Randolph. Leave me alone. So here he go talk about some you need you a boyfriend. I said, bitch, you mad because you can't be him with your fun size ass. If you don't go on some weird. So I eventually ended up telling my mom that he kept on picking on me, saying shit. And before we left, he got cussed the fuck out. Then the crazy thing about it is I could not let this nigga stay away from me. Cause now it got to the point where he coming on the other belly street dropping his little cousin off who my mom used to braid her hair. So he dropping her off to get her hair done. I'm upstairs in my room. I come downstairs and usually okay you would drop such and such off to get her hair done and you leave and my mom would call you or you'll eventually figure out what time to come pick her up after she get her hair done. I come downstairs one day. Who do I see sitting on the couch chilling watching the movie? This nigga. So I played it off. I was being a smart ass. So I sat on the couch like a couple of inches away from him. And I sat right there and watched the goddamn movie. But then I was eventually about to go to the store anyway. But what happened? Oh, I think my mom went upstairs for something. Then we were just down there by ourselves. He ain't say nothing. The movie went off. Now he finally about to go back to the block, and at the same time he going back to the block, the original Belly Street. I was going to the store. We get outside. Now he got so much to say. I don't know if I seen him in the. I probably seen him some more times after that, but after a while he moved. Like I found out that he moved off the block. I was so happy that he moved, but I still had boys I had to deal with because I still had to deal with Ock and Chris and everybody else that was picking on me up until I ain't have to deal with them no more. And the crazy thing about it is my last years on the block, I felt so much more comfortable than any time being on Belly Street. Like before I moved to West Philly to my Aunt Trina house, that like that was the most comfortable that I ever been being on Belly Street. To the point where I could go outside, nobody saying nothing slick to me, nobody picking on me, nobody bothering me. And I used to every time I walked outside, I don't think to myself like it makes no damn sense that it took all this goddamn time, all these years, and all this bullshit and drama for me to finally be able to come outside and feel freedom, feel comfortable to sit on the porch and notice that ain't nobody going to say anything or even look my way. I could be on this porch with damn hoochie daddy shorts on and a damn white beater. And don't get me wrong, I did my thing. I came, like I said, I didn't give a fuck after a while. I came out there with weave in my hair. Um, But yeah, like it was like out of the bullies I had on Belly Street, it was Ock and Chris. Well, the males. I don't really care for the females, but mostly the males. It was Ock and Chris. Then it was this fat boy named Maury, or Maury, whatever the fuck his name is. He was Josh's cousin. But after years, he lost a lot of weight and got skinny. And then once he got skinny, he ain't really bother me that much anymore. Um, it was Aunt Chris, then Martia's stepfather. He used to say slick shit. Who else? It was a few people. What did it say? You learn all this on the first date. Which one is getting a second date? Choose only one. If you say both, is getting deleted. Openly gay, no kids, works from home, slightly combative, attentive, social drinker, no car, currently owns his home, loving. Discreet, three kids, Uber driver, nonchalant at times, thoughtful, heavy smoker, drives a charger, great with stacking his bread, go getter. I'm going with the person that is openly gay, no kids, work from home, slightly combative, huh? Slightly combative. Ah, whoop his ass. He says slightly combative, attentive, social drinker, no car currently, owns his home and loving. Yup, that's who I want in my life. Discreet, no. Three kids, hell no. Uber driver, huh? Nonchalant at times, ain't got time for that. Thoughtful, that's nice. Heavy smoker, absolutely not. Drives a charger, huh? Great with stacking his bread, okay. Go getter, okay. But nah, I'm gonna go with the other person. Cause that other motherfucker, I see me having plenty of problems. And I ain't got time. It says rest in peace, Robert Mirage. Nicki Minaj's father was killed in a hit and run in 2021. The guy who killed her father was sentenced to 1 year. What in the world? That's messed up. Just 1 year? That's not going to solve nothing. Biggie Smalls was petty because that's messed up. You had this girl dressed as Faith Evans with blonde hairstyle like how Faith Evans was wearing her hair. Even had the tattoo on her boob, and you put her in the video. Yo, Biggie Smalls wasn't right for that. And then what makes Get Money even more worse is Lil Kim was in the video too. That's the shady part about it. How you got Smooth Tim and Charlie Baltimore in the same damn video. I got so much stuff that pop up in my mind that I'll be talking about. But yeah, I dealt with a lot of shit that used to get the hell on my last nerve when it comes to that time. But then it just got to the point where after you get used to something for so long, you just don't even care no more. You don't. And that's why I say after a while, I mean, I guess you somewhat see their mom in them, but I don't know. I don't really see it because I'm over here looking at this picture of Tia and Samara and their mom when they was little, and then when they got older. Yeah, and I'll be back. I'm hungry. No, I'm actually thirsty. yeah, I'm back. So, to deal with the shit I'm dealing with, it's a lot of people. And like I said, people ain't there live on the block, but they went to schools in the neighborhood. They was friends with people that lived on my block, and they friends would collect their friends. And the good thing about it is, I'm happy I was one of those kids that wasn't going to any schools in that neighborhood. Because if I can get along with the people on my block, ain't no telling what could happen. And don't get me wrong, I tried. I did. I tried. But nothing I did would work. It'd be days where everybody sitting in the neighborhood, listening to music, or just chilling, talking. And to be honest, most of it was around because, of course, I'm not a female, so I was pretty much outside. My brothers had their friends. People come knocking on the door, ask such and such as they come outside, ask such and such as they come outside. It was hard because, like I said, my brothers and them, they had their fans, their friends. Sorry, my brother, my brothers and they had their friends, and there be times I'll be outside and I'll be participating in activities and chasing them around the neighborhood because I somewhat was getting along with some of the people, but I still had to watch my surroundings because, of course, you might get people that tolerate you, but then you won't get those people like you're gonna get those people that's like, oh, why he around y'all? Why y'all playing with him? I'm like, first of all, if they choose to fuck with me and vibe with me, that's their decision. Just because y'all grew up with each other and y'all been living in this neighborhood for a long time doesn't always mean that motherfuckers ain't gonna want new friends. And that's why I say when when I started becoming cool with Martia, I didn't care. At the end of the day, y'all all grew around this neighborhood. Your your brothers, uncles, whoever, y'all all grew up around this neighborhood. So I'm not going. I can't stop you because now you claim you want to be my friend. I can't stop you from hanging around certain people. I can't stop you from hanging around certain people or stuff like that. The only thing I ask is the same way you treat me when I'm walking you to the store and we sitting out here on the porch and we talking on Facebook, or you take me out with you and Jermaine. When they come around, treat me the same way. If they talking shit about me, a real motherfucking friend would be like, "Yo, he cool. Leave him alone. He don't be bothering nobody." Or something like that. She don't say none of that shit. I'll be like, the crazy thing about it is we had this window that usually be open, and most time I'll be in the living room on a computer, and they'd be outside or whatever. I can hear the whole conversation because Jermaine lives right next door, and our porches is connected to each other. The only thing that's blocking our porches is a little damn banister. The window is open, so I hear every nook and cranny of a conversation outside. So one time I think I had micros or I had some crochet hairstyle. It probably was a micros. I'm sitting in the house on the computer on Facebook, and I hear a whole conversation with her and whoever the hell else she was around. They all outside kicking and laughing while her cousin or somebody in the family is sitting there talking shit about me. But then you want to be on Facebook talking you like my micros and talk about something I stole your color. First of all, I've been dyeing my hair blonde way before you even thought about it. My hair done been blonde so many times. She ended up dyeing her hair blonde because she didn't know what to do with her hair after Miss Arlene's funeral. Her hair was always black. That's the first time I ever seen her dye her hair another color since we've been friends. So somewhere after that time, um, like I said, I was dyeing my hair blonde. You know, I think I probably had blonde, but yeah, I think I had blonde hair way before then. I got the micros after sometime like in 2014 or 15. So I remember she was like I stole her hair color, but then, but I'm like, child, I done did so much stuff in my damn hair. I remember one time I called the peanut butter and jelly because I got two different colors because I was supposed like I wanted to get dread extensions. I wanted to get dread extensions, and my sister, baby father, his sister was supposed to do my dread extensions. But I think my mom, my dad, they're trying to make me get the same length of my hair, and I'm like, it ain't no point in getting dread extensions if it's gonna be the same length as my natural hair. Extensions meant that they supposed to be a lot longer than your natural hair. That's why you're getting extended. So my mom was supposed to be going to the salon to get her hair done, and I was going to go with her to get my hair done. But I'm like, well, I'm about to go to my sister's house and her baby father because at the end of the day, that's his family, so I could get there regardless. I could tell them to drop me off, and I just need the money to pay for it. But I could get them to drop me off unless they find a way for me to get my hair done for free. But so I end up going to my sister's house. I end up getting the hair and everything. End up getting the wrong hair. I don't. I think I was supposed to get Marley braid, but I ended up getting something else. So I never got the extensions done. So I just got to the point where I started trying to do it myself and was doing it wrong. Then I end up getting some hair from the hair store. My mom ended up doing it, but by the next day they unraveled, so I had to take it out. Um, but yeah, I was always doing some crazy stuff to my hair. And it get to a point where people be talking shit and they got damn feelings. And I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm who I am. Y'all are who y'all are. I don't say shit when y'all be doing crazy shit, so don't say nothing to me. But it just got to the point where being on that block, I just got to the point where I did what I wanted. One minute I got micros, the next minute I started doing crochet hairstyles. I was putting braiding hair in my head when I had dreads before I cut my dreads off. I did a lot of crazy stuff. My and then the crazy thing about it, she touched my still her hair color. Did you forget my hair? Like the tips of my hair was blonde. My sister baby father, his sister, she did my hair in a mohawk and she dyed my tips blonde because I was saying that I wanted to dye my hair for the longest. And my mom ended up dyeing my hair. Well, it ain't really dye. I got the wrong hair dye because my of course my hair is like black, and I ended up getting some hair dye that didn't have no bleach packing in it. So that was an epic fail, and it did not dye my hair. I was pissed. I was pissed off. I got the wrong hair dye. Then, like I said, I had dreads, so I wanted to do something different. I seen a whole bunch of guys with all these different colors in their hair. I wanted to be different. I didn't want to just have my natural hair color and just get the same old hairstyle when it came to me getting dreads. I wanted to do a whole bunch of different stuff to my hair. So I thought about dyeing it. Somehow it ended up being just the tips. So I was like, I don't want. So I ended up. I think I told my mom. Or I told somebody. I was like, I don't want just a tip dyed. I want my hair, my whole head dyed blonde. But by the time I made it to my aunt Trina house, because everybody like majority of people lived in they lived like in West Philly and Southwest, and I was all the way in North Philly. So I ended up going to my aunt Trina house and calling my sister's baby father, his sister over there to do my hair. And she only bought one box, and I ain't had no money to get a whole another box. So that pretty much was it. My dress was falling out, so she ended up sewing some of my dress back in, washed my hair, conditioned my hair. I did a mohawk. She asked me if I wanted a bang, and I was like, no, because I didn't want to have to deal with nobody thinking my hair looked too girly. They already gonna be talking shit because it's finally in the mohawk. But to be honest, without the bang, I went to school. I went back to North Philly and went to school, and I was getting a lot of compliments because everybody was so used to me just having my hair down. And one minute I had braids in different styles, and then next thing I know, now I got dreads. I think it's only one person who was getting on my nerves because she kept asking me, "Was it weaving my hair?" And I'm like, "Why did like?" It, and the crazy thing about it is, it was a white woman. Her name was Miss Riggs, and every time she seen me, she would keep asking, "Was it weaving my hair?" And I said, "No, it's my natural hair. I do not have any weave in my hair. It's my natural hair. It's just a whole bunch of products in my hair." I had to start parting my hair and everything because she really was getting on my nerves. I'm like, "What do you know about weave any goddamn way?" She eventually stopped asking me because she seen that was pissing me off. Like, why do you keep on asking me if it's a weave? How many times I gotta tell you? You didn't see me many times with braids. You didn't see me with different hairstyles. Now that I went from braids to dreads, you keep asking me is it weave in my hair? No. This is my natural damn hair, and I'm not the only boy in this school with long hair. And then when the hell I started putting weave in my hair, she been left. I didn't start putting weave in my hair and going to school with weave in my hair until like 2020. No, 2000 and I said 2020. I mean 2000 and what? I think I started going to school like 2000 and yeah, probably like in 2014. Yeah, no, 2013. 2013. Yeah, because I graduated 2013. So yeah, it was 2013. I just got to the point where I was doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff in my hair, and I just was comfortable. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna do what I want. I'm leaving Delta anyway. I ain't got no problems. The problems they got expelled or left out of school. So I went to school with some braiding hair attached to my dreads, and my mom pinned my hair up and whatever. And I go to school, and everybody like, oh, look at Damien hair, look at Damien hair, and I'm like, what? Ain't nothing wrong with it. Now look, I ain't gonna lie, I don't care what nobody say. All y'all celebrities, the Chloe Belly and all them, y'all see how they be putting these braiding, they be doing the crochet, what is it, what is it, the butterfly dreads and braids and stuff. I was doing that way before anybody even made that a style, and I got the pictures to prove it. I might not did it right, but I swear on everything I love. Way before they made that shit famous, I probably was one of the first people attaching braiding hair to my dreads. Now everybody and their mama doing it. They got butterfly locks, butterfly braids, boho braids, all types of damn shit. And it just made no sense. That's a whole hairstyle, just like these so-called lemonade braids. People been getting that hairstyle way before it was even called lemonade braids. And the only reason why people call it lemonade braids is because Beyonce wore them during the time she did the Lemonade album. But that is not the original name of that hairstyle. But I mean, I swear on everything I love. Really was putting braiding hair in my dreads way before people even made that a hairstyle. I don't know where none of my homies at. It's like none of my people is on. And Tango getting born. My friend Carlos, he come on every now and then, but you gotta catch him. He was on the other day cutting his hair. Uh, and my hoodie got wet washing dishes. I'll be back. I got hold on. Take this back downstairs. I ain't gotta keep walking up and down the stairs. I probably must have bed about to get in bed. That's the only place I can think of probably.